This tutorial works for all of these models, the Xiaomi 4 Ultra, the Xiaomi 4 and the Xiaomi 4 Lite. Previously, they could all be hacked via the ST-Link method, but the process was more complicated, requiring removing the controller, and now it is possible to flash it via uart, which is a lot easier. This is what I'll show you in this video. Here, I'll be using a Xiaomi 4 Ultra, but the process is the same for all the other models, and everything you'll need to do this are a 3mm Allen wrench. I'm using the original one that comes with the scooter, a male 5-pin connector, size M7, and a uart adapter. I'm using an FT232RL, and you also need a USB-A to USB-C connector to connect the uart to your computer. These are all the things that you're going to need to flash your scooter. Before you ask, there is no way to flash the scooter using only an app. You need this hardware. I will leave all necessary links in the description. Here you can also find ready-to-use kits, exactly like I'm using. Figure out which is cheaper for you, it's all the same. Shipping to Europe usually takes less than a week. If you're in doubt if they work for your scooter, just read the description of each listing to see the compatibility list. If you want to make your own DIY kit, you must have soldering equipment and a multimeter, and you can check the official tutorial for how to prepare your cables also in the description. Once you have all the material you need, you can go in the description and you can open the first link. First, we're going to have to download an app to our smartphone in order to read the exact model ID from your scooter. Simply download the app, skip through the initial setup, give it the permissions that it wants, and once this is done, you can turn on your scooter, go back to the app, refresh, and you should see a list of Bluetooth devices near you. One of them will have scooter on the name, and the entire name is actually your scooter model ID. You want to copy this, go onto this table, find your model ID, and to the right you will see the name that you will have to search later in a website. Once again, I will leave all links in the description. You can just go check it. Once you're in this website, you can search for your exact scooter name, like you saw to the right on the table. In our case, it was the 4 Ultra, not the 4 Ultra 2. Once you select your scooter name, you can double check if your model ID that showed in the app matches the one in the website. Okay, we know the exact model name, and once there, you just have to scroll down and hit download MCU firmware. And you can just save this file somewhere. If the download link is for some reason down, I will leave a link in the description to a drive that I created where you can find both the original firmware files as well as the already patched firmware files for all types of scooter models. I recommend, however, to do the patching yourself. For this, go to the BWFlasher website, also in the description, read and accept the disclaimer, and once here you can upload the firmware file that we downloaded earlier for your scooter, and then you want to scroll down and select again your scooter model. In our case it's the Xiaomi 4 Ultra, so we're gonna select Ultra 4, and now comes the fun part of patching your own firmware. Basically, you can choose a few options or patches, and each patch does a different thing. I will leave in the screen the description of what each patch does, but what I recommend is basically setting the speed limit at sport mode to the max, as well as the motor start speed to about 2 km/h. These are the options that you can see that I have chosen on your screen, and with this you'll feel much better handling scooter. Once you've chosen your patches, just press apply patches and then download patched firmware, and we can move on to the next step. So now we are just going to download the BWFlasher application. Just go to the link in the description and download the most recent file for your operating system. In my case, I'm using Windows, so I'm downloading the Windows version. Alright, it's time to finally prepare our hardware. If you bought one of the cables I've linked earlier in the description, then you will need to connect them to your uart adapter the way you see in the screen. If instead you bought it from somewhere else, make sure you know how you must connect your cables, because it might be different. So once you have them connected, connect your USB-A to USB-C cable from your computer to your uart, and then in your computer you want to go to Control Panel, Hardware and Sound, and finally Device Manager. And you want to look under Ports, COM and LPT, and when you connect your uart you should see a new device appear. you can go into properties, and if it says FTDI in the manufacturer, then this is our UART. If instead you see FT232R under other devices, then this means you don't have the drivers installed. This is simple to fix. Just go to the description, click on the link, and this will download the drivers that you need. Just run it and you will have the drivers installed. If nothing is appearing, you must make sure you are using a USB-A to USB cable that allows file transfer. To check this, you can connect your cell phone to your computer and you should see an option called file transfer. If not, you need a different cable. Okay, it's time to get to flashing. Make sure you have your BWFlasher application and your patched firmware file. First, we want to open the BWFlasher application, and then to know the serial port, we want to go again to Device Manager. We want to look for the USB serial port again, and you'll see that it says COM6. The number here is the COM port that is connected to your device. Mine is 6, yours can have another number. Then you can hit debug mode, which gives you a few more information, and then we can go to the scooter and remove the 4 screws that connect the handlebar to the rest of the scooter. Now you can go ahead and raise the handlebar, and before you disconnect the cable, turn on the scooter and turn on the lights by clicking once more in the power button. This will help later to know if the scooter is on or off. You can now go ahead and remove the cable that connects the scooter to the dashboard, and if you look at the brake light, it should be on, and as long as the brake light is on, the scooter is also on. And now you can go ahead and connect your 5-pin cable to the scooter's 5-pin cable. Just line up the arrow like you see in the video and it should pop in easily. Now you can go back to BWFlasher and we can first click on test connection. If you get an error at first, try again, and remember the scooter must be on, so if it is off, you must reconnect the dashboard and turn on the scooter again. If everything is correct, you should see this success message, and if you see this, you can go ahead and upload our patched firmware we prepared before and start update. If everything is working, you should see the percentage going up rather quickly, and once it finishes, you will see a message like this, which means that it is finished. We can now go ahead and reconnect everything back to the scooter so we can go ahead and test it finally. Once the scooter reaches about 30 kilometers per hour, it will begin to beep. This is normal. If you don't want this beep, you can limit it to about 29 to 30 kilometers per hour in patching. Remember, the max speed is proportional to the battery level, so the higher the battery, the higher the max speed. Thank you all so much for watching. If you need anything or if you have any doubts, go to the Scooter Hacking Discord channel. All credits go to them. They are the ones who discovered the hack. Thank you again and see you in the next video.